Coming up on the SPFL's official YouTube channel, we're looking back at the second round of the Scottish League Cup, including the holders' crash out at Palmerston. Aberdeen squeezed past Alloa. And Dumbarton make life tough for Dundee United. We begin in Dumfries, where Championship side Queen of the South knocked out League Cup holders St Mirren. After a goalless 90 minutes, the game came alive in extra time. Just minutes after the restart, Michael Payton tripped Stephen Thompson in the area, and Craig Charlson had no option but to award the penalty. The referee perfectly placed to make the award, and St Mirren were presented with a great opportunity to take the lead. Paul McGowan's spot kick saved by Callum Antell. 2 minutes later, St Mirren managed to get the ball in the net, and it was veteran striker Stephen Thompson who nodded in Gary Harkin's cross. A delightful cross from the right-hand side, and the former Scotland striker managed to outjump his marker. With half-time and extra time fast approaching, the hosts needed something special to get themselves back in the match, and that's exactly what they got from Stephen McKenna. His powerful drive from the edge of the area looked destined for the back of the net the moment it left his boot, and it swerved beyond David Cornell. Callum Antell saved his side with the earlier penalty save, and he played a big part in the winning goal 5 minutes from time. His long clearance misjudged by Saints skipper Jim Goodwin, and that let in Michael Payton, who made it 2-1. Goodwin's header fell into the path of the former Aberdeen striker, and he caught out the stranded keeper Cornell. After beating Hearts to win the League Cup in March, St Mirren's defence of the trophy ended at the first hurdle. Aberdeen and Alloa couldn't be separated during 120 minutes of football at Pittodrie, so the tie ended up being settled by penalties. Both sides scored their first 5 spot kicks, and as the shootout moved into sudden death, Michael Doyle was next for Alloa. His effort well saved by Don's keeper Jamie Langfield to give the host the advantage. Strong hands from the keeper. Mark Reynolds was the man with a chance to put Aberdeen through to the next round. And as the central defender stepped up, his left-footed effort into the top corner leaves Wasp keeper Scott Bain rooted to the spot. Delight for the hosts, who were glad to go through after a long night. Raith Rovers versus Hearts was also decided on penalties. There wasn't much between the sides on the night, but it was the Fife outfit who went ahead 5 minutes into the second half, and it was former Hearts striker Callum Elliott who opened up the visitors' defence with a mazy run into the area. Mark Ridgers made a solid stop from Gordon Smith, but eventually Liam Fox scored after an almighty scramble. Hearts throwing everyone in front of the ball, but Fox found a gap. Gary Locke's men came back at the host though, and just over 10 minutes later they'd earned themselves a penalty. Jason Thompson's rash challenge on Billy King inside the area was only ever going to have one outcome: a clear penalty for referee Brian Colvin. Jamie Hamill looked like the calmest man in the ground when he stepped up and sent the ball past David McGurn. A fine finish with the keeper going the wrong way. The match ended 1-1 after 90 minutes, and there were no more goals in extra time. Brad Mackay eventually put Hearts through 5-4 on penalties after Ross Callaghan had missed for Raith. Things were a little more straightforward for Livingston, who were 2-0 winners at Airdrieonians. The first goal came in the 38th minute, and it was new signing Andy Barrowman who spotted a gap between keeper Colin Stewart and his near post. A fine finish from the well-travelled striker, who only signed for the West Lothian side days before. Livingston's second goal midway through the second half helped to ease their progress into the third round. It was Kyle Wilkie who claimed it. Wilkie managed to evade the attentions of the Diamonds defence before finding the far corner of the net. Good finish from the edge of the box. Dundee had to come from behind to eventually see off Forfar in extra time. Dick Campbell's men were awarded a penalty just before half-time. Referee Barry Cook spotted one of the Dundee defenders climbing inside the area. Declan Gallagher was given a yellow card for his part in the incident. Kyle Letheran guessed right for Ian Campbell's penalty, but he couldn't keep it out of the net. After knocking out Rangers in the first round, Forfar were on target for another shock. John Brown must have had a few stern words for his side at half-time, because Dundee meant business at the start of the second half. 6 minutes after the interval, Jim McAllister's low drive levelled the match. He managed to find a yard of space on the edge of the area and fired the ball past Darren Hill. The game went into extra time, and it was with practically the last kick of the ball that Peter MacDonald won the tie for the Dens Park men. A stunning free kick in injury time in extra time from the former Morton striker to secure a late win for Dundee. Dumbarton and Dundee United shared 5 goals in a thrilling encounter at the Bet Butler Stadium. Kevin Smith put the championship outfit ahead 10 minutes before half-time. Smith turned away from John Suter before firing past Radoslav Cherniak. Jackie McNamara threw on new signing Nadir Sifsi in the second half, and within 6 minutes he'd levelled things as he slotted the ball past Jamie Ewings. The Turkish striker cleverly chested the ball past Scott Smith, leaving him with only the keeper to beat. Less than 10 minutes later, Dundee United got their noses in front for the first time. 13 minutes left, Sifsi drove along the byline before finding Ryan Gold, who eventually scored from a tight angle. The teenager's first effort was blocked, but he persisted and managed to fire his side into the lead. Ian Murray certainly has a Dumbarton side full of character and resolve, and that was evident when they equalised 3 minutes from time. The goal, a stunner from Mitch Megginson, expertly curled beyond Cherniak and into the far corner. The former Aberdeen youngster spotted a gap, and his finish was perfectly measured. There was still time for more late drama in this match. Chris Erskine was allowed to move towards the Dumbarton box, and he picked out Nadir Sifsi, who claimed his second goal of the game. The striker just managed to stay onside, and his late goal won the match, just as it looked as if it was going to head to extra time. Morton were 4-0 winners at home to Montrose, but had to wait until the second half before breaking the deadlock. Montrose couldn't clear, and Kabamadou Cham fired them ahead. The Belgian striker powered his way into the area and finished low past Stuart McKenzie. Morton with the opening goal. With 69 minutes on the clock, the home side made it 2-0 when Mark Fitzpatrick headed in at the back post. The ball was flicked across the goal and the defender was left all on his own to convert. Morton added 2 goals right on full time to add a late gloss to the scoreline. Montrose shot themselves in the foot after needlessly losing possession in their own area, and Rhys Hands punished them. Plenty of men in blue and white in the Montrose area, and eventually they won the ball back before making it 3-0 for the home side. There were just seconds left when Morton added a 4th and final goal. This time it was Aidan Fulton getting his name on the score sheet. Montrose stretched at the back and their opponents wrapped up the win in style. Good calm finish from Fulton inside the box. 4-0 Morton. Cowdenbeath should have taken a second half lead against Partick Thistle at Firhill. They were awarded a penalty when Aaron Muirhead's trip on Kenny Adamson was spotted by the referee. Jamie Stevenson took the spot kick, but Scott Fox saved superbly. A wonderful dive to his right from the former Celtic keeper. It remained 0-0 after 90 minutes, but in the second minute of extra time, Partick Thistle took the lead through Christy Elliott. His left foot strike from the edge of the area was too powerful for Grant Adam in the visitors' goal. Cowdenbeath refused to buckle after that setback, and just a minute later Kane Hemmings had them level after a powerful run and finish. The former Rangers striker was up there on his own, but he didn't need support as he finished it off himself. Crucially for Partick Thistle, they managed to regain the lead just before half-time in extra time. Chris Doolan found Stephen Lawless in the area and he made it 2-1 to the Jags. Sharp link-up play and another left-footed strike across the keeper into the far corner. The hosts made sure of the win with a third goal 5 minutes from time. Stephen Lawless was chipped by Jordan Morton inside the area and the referee, John McKendrick, pointed to the spot. Lawless's pace causing the Cowdenbeath defence and all sorts of problems, and Aaron Muirhead took responsibility and put the penalty into the back of the net. Partick Thistle through in the end, but Cowdenbeath pushed them all the way. The matches in the third round of the Scottish League Cup will be played on Tuesday 24th or Wednesday 25th of September. Hibernian will host Stranraer, Dundee are at home to Inverness Cally Thistle, Celtic take on Morton and Livingston are at home to Motherwell. Queen of the South travel to face Hearts at Tynecastle, Aberdeen are at Falkirk, Dundee United take on Partick Thistle in an all-Premiership tie, and finally Hamilton Accies clash with St Johnstone. As always, we'll have the best of the action from these matches on the SPFL's official YouTube channel.